Old liberal Karen right there with her pit bull mix, wearing a University of Toronto jacket. She just walked by me here. I looked right at her, said good morning. She looked at me and sneered at me and just kept walking. Going up to Baby Point. Hopefully she donates her $10 million house to the Mark Carney Human Fund. Now, what kind of upgrades is this hotel going to need? Well, it's going to need, at the very least, it's going to need a tampon dispenser in the men's washroom. It's going to need that at the very least. That'll be the first thing installed. So I'm at home this morning, drinking my first coffee. I get a text from my friend. And my friend in the text lets me know that the Liberals had just announced they spent another $28 million on buying a hotel in Pickering for asylum seekers. And he said to me that I probably already knew about it. And I told him I didn't. I appreciate the information. So I subsequently researched it. Not that I disbelieved him because he's on top of things. But I researched it, and sure enough, they did claim to purchase a $28 million hotel. I believe it was a Comfort Inn, Days Inn, some flea-bitten hotel out in Pickering. And they are turning it in to the reception center in Pickering for asylum seekers. Now, the broader scope would indicate, after doing a little research, that it was indeed $45 million. There was some another $20 million in add-ons for various different other things to go along with this hotel. Now, this does not come as a surprise to me because the Liberal government is a complete criminal organization at this point, and has been for a very long time apparently. And they are blatantly stealing from us in plain sight now. A lot of people on my videos in my comment sections are mimicking what I just said there. So my question is, why are we bringing more asylum seekers into Canada when our unemployment rate in Ontario alone is pushing 8%, and youth unemployment rate, I believe, is over 20%? Why? How does this make sense to be bringing people in, military age men mostly, from other countries? How does this make sense to continually displace the existing population in this country? We don't have enough jobs for the current amount of people in this country now, but we keep on bringing people in. Okay, so the question I pose, a couple questions. This hotel, I believe the hotel physically exists. It is a little different than Dougie Ford's Bombardier Challenger 650 private jet. I don't know if that existed or if it didn't exist. This hotel is tangible. You can see it. It's on Kingston Road. I don't know the number on Kingston Road in Pickering, but apparently it's there. I probably drove past it. I just can't remember. I'm not out in Pickering much. I think that Pickering and Whitby, the two wokest cities in Ontario. So, you know, I'm not going near those two liberal hellholes. But having said that, now, you got to ask yourself a question. The first question is, why? Okay, well, I already posed the first question. Why are we spending $28 million on asylum seekers? I already posed that one. The second question is, I hope someone follows the money and tracks it back to the realtor that made the deal. I'm almost going to guarantee you that realtor is a liberal donor or married to a liberal politician. I'll almost guarantee that. Now, what kind of upgrades is this hotel going to need? Well, it's going to need, at the very least, it's going to need tampon dispensers in the men's washroom. It's going to need that at the very least. That'll be the first thing installed. So now that contract will go out to a liberal-friendly contractor as well. And what will it cost to put a tampon dispenser in the men's washroom? Will it be $8,000? Will it be $12,000? Will it be $15,000 to put one little tampon dispenser in? So that is just one aspect. They'll have to bring it up to code on every possible level, because we don't want anything to happen to these valuable asylum seekers. We don't want nothing to happen to them. They are precious material, precious cargo. We only have in Toronto between 15 and 20,000 homeless per day, per night. We have people living in the woods. I know there's a person living not too far from here in the woods. Now, do they do that by choice? A lot of times they do. Do they suffer from addiction issues, mental health issues? A lot of times they do. Okay, I understand that. They don't want to go into a bed bug infested hotel. I understand that. You take your chances out here in the woods. You know, I don't know. I've slept in a hotel and I've slept in the woods. I'll tell you, sometimes I would prefer the woods. I'll be honest in saying that. So a little bit of a tangent there, but You know what I'm saying? The $28 million is just the price of admission. Then it's going to go up, 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 up. They're going to put all these liberal contracts into this place. You're going to get all their liberal-friendly contractors in there, and they're going to milk it like they've been doing for time itself, the liberals at least. Conservatives too. I'm not saying conservatives aren't crooked either. They can certainly be crooked as well. I'm not putting this all on the liberals, but this is the liberals baby right now. So, and it has been for 11 years. So of course I'm gonna single this out more than a conservative, because we haven't been in power in 11 years. And this also ties into a video that I watched yesterday with Ezra Levant. Ezra did from Rebel News. He went out to, I believe, Nova Scotia, where that bullshit concrete $200 million concrete pad is to launch rockets. Now, he met a woman out there, and this woman is very knowledgeable with that particular grift that the liberals perpetrated on the Canadian public. And it was I don't know how long the video was. I'll put it at the end of my video in a thumbnail. You can watch it. But it makes a lot of sense to what Ezra and this lady were saying. Now, when you look at, or if you know anything about this pad, it is to go head to head with Elon Musk and NASA. It is to launch satellites. It's to launch, I don't know, whatever else into space. I don't know. But when they were talking about it, and they were near the site, it's in a very large wooded area near a body of water. I don't know if it's the ocean. I don't know if it's a river off the ocean. I'm not sure. Kind of irrelevant. But one point I took away from that video is that SpaceX and NASA always build these rockets in close proximity to the launching pad because they're so large and so hard to transport. Like I'm in a wooded area now, and these trees are 100 feet tall. These rockets are taller than these trees, and they're huge. So it makes sense to build them in close proximity to the launch pad, because you just can't put one of these rockets on a truck and haul it down the 401, so to speak. So it just lends more credence to the grift, the nonsensical idea to put a launch pad in this location. Another $200 million stolen from the liberal government. Stolen. They are stealing from us in real time, and they are stealing from us right in our face, and they don't even care about it anymore. I had a person, I'm jumping around a little bit, I had a person in my comment section yesterday surrounding the Canadian Sovereign Fund that Carney came up with, another grift, and he or she works in a bank in Midtown Toronto. I'm not going to say the person's name. He or she works in a bank in Midtown Toronto, and they said in the comment section that liberal boomers were coming in there and asking how they could donate, or they could put money into this Canadian Sovereign Fund, which I call the human fund from Seinfeld, because basically Carney and Kruger from Kruger Industries are the same people. Apparently they sit around a boardroom table and come up complete mind-boggling scams on how they are going to steal money from this dimwit base, liberal base that we have in this country. And they are doing a very good job, and they're getting a lot of takers. They get a lot of buy-in to their projects, let me tell you. Wow. So then I asked this person this morning in the comment section if this indeed was legit. Were people asking to do this? And I haven't heard back from the person yet. But you know, I'd also like to add to that too. And if they couldn't donate any money to Mark Carney to help old Mark Carney out, because he's a little down on his luck, if they couldn't transfer any of their wealth into Carney, maybe they could you know, maybe get a booster shot, the 15th COVID booster shot. What I suggest they do, if you know that you have a large liberal base in your banking system, which most people in Toronto are, so why don't they put a COVID booster shot clinic off to the side, so when they get the bad news that they can't directly donate to Mark Carney, at least they can go and get another booster shot, or at the very least get an N95 mask for free. I don't know, or maybe the liberal government will take it out of your account for the mask, charge you $12,000 for an N95 mask to help out, to help the liberals out, to make sure that the liberals stay in power and continue this destructive route that they are putting Canada in. By all means, like I said the other day, by all means, liberals. Oh, I'm near Baby Point. Actually, this is Baby Point up here. I'm on the back side of Baby Point now, and that's up the hill. By all means, liberals up the hill there. If you want to go donate your house to the liberals, by all means, go ahead. Then there is a little dwelling here. I don't know if you can see it. There is a little dwelling there you might be able to move into. It's quite cozy. You see it there? I hate to be dramatic and use props in my videos, but it just so happens where I sat down in this wooded area, there are some wood structures that maybe will kind of massage your virtue signaling. You can move into that and sell your $10 million baby point house to help out. To help out the asylum seekers. Maybe if you sell 2 of your, or 3 of your $10 million houses up there, you could pay for that hotel in Pickering that the Liberals just bought. Maybe do that. That would be a good idea, Liberals. That would be a good idea. Yeah. So, the $200 million nonsensical pad in Nova Scotia, the $28 million hotel in Pickering. Yeah, and plus $20 million to add on to that for whatever other, for administration fees. So all joking aside, but I'm not really joking. Help out. Wealthy Liberals, help out the cause. Sign away all your wealth. If you really want to help the asylum seekers, you really want to help the Mark Carney cause. And I've also in my videos, I'm getting almost every video now, I'm getting people saying to me, Dewey, you better let people know that that you're not suffering from depression. You don't feel like you don't have feelings to unalive yourself. Can't say the S word, and let people know that if something happens to me, it is not by my own doing or my own hands. So if I get hit by a school bus, a short bus, or you know, I come to an untimely demise, it is not due to my own actions. So disclaimer. So I thought I'd put that in this video. Are the liberal globalist Chinese government going to come for me one day? I can most assuredly say they are. I am on a list. There's no doubt about that. But I would say I'm pretty low down the list because you know, I don't have a very large following, and I'll get into that in a second. But yes, they are going to come for me. For whatever reason, they'll make something up. I understand that. I understand doing these videos puts me in under a microscope, so to speak, but there are a lot of people ahead of me that they're going to go after first. I'm definitely on the list. Having said that, I have a semi-regular viewer that watches my channel. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but it's a liberal kook, and they always chime in with their liberal nonsense comments. The same liberal talking points, right? So they try to discredit my channel, this person does, by saying I don't have a large following, and I'll be the first to admit I don't. But this person yesterday said that myself, along with my 800 viewers, suffer from some sort of cognitive or mental health issues, so to speak, alluding to we have small brains. Now, I said to this person, I go, well, your 800 viewer number is a little light. This video before I left the house this morning, the one from yesterday that he or she was referring to, had over 4,000 views. Now that's not a huge amount of views, but for my small channel it kind of is. My viewership and my subscriber base has gone up quite a bit in the last month, and I thank you for that. My analytics would indicate that I have 3,600 regular, or not regular viewers, but repeat viewers. So I have 3,600 people that have watched at least 2 of my videos, which, you know, I was surprised to see that. I didn't know that. I have, I don't know, I have around 3,300 subscribers. So more people are returning to my channel and watching my videos, but they're not subscribed. So if you feel like my videos are value added, or you can take something from my video or videos, I would appreciate a subscribe. I don't want no money from you. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not a wealthy person, but I'm not completely destitute either. So I'm not doing this for money. But having said that, it is motivating to get more subscribers, to get my voice out there, because I'm just a regular everyday guy trying to put things that the Canadian Liberals are doing into perspective from the ground level. That's all I'm trying to do. And in doing so, sometimes you see some interesting things, you see some nice wooded areas, and I'd like to make it a little more thought-provoking and a little bit more visually appealing when I go out into the city and into the woods. So, and I also get people offering to donate money for the dog that I feed. People that watch my channel regularly know that I feed a dog every day, including this morning. I already fed him, Shaka. He's a watchdog. He's not completely neglected, but he's not really taken care of the way I would take care of a dog if I owned him. So I make sure he's fed every day and watered. And I have people offering to donate money for that. Man, I don't need that either. I'm not showing that I'm feeding a dog looking for sympathy or virtue signaling or looking for money. You know, if my videos can generate enough to pay for a coffee, toasted bagel, whatever, I'm happy with that. But anyhow, I thought I'd just add that at the end there. If you have anything to add to what I just outlined in this video, whether it be the $200 million theft that the Liberals did with that concrete pad, whether it be another $28 to $45 million theft with them getting into the hotel industry, like, I don't understand what's going on here. This doesn't add up. Did Dougie Ford do the old shell game, move the old airplane around and use that $28 million to buy this flea-bitten motel? I don't know. Put it in the comment sections what you think. But as you can see, my videos are becoming a little more unfiltered, antagonistic, or inflammatory towards the criminals that are running this country. And I don't foresee it getting any less inflammatory moving forward. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. Bye.